Okay, so I want to start this video talking about essential oils and really the global phenomenon that they've become. I've traveled the world, and you say lavender, you say peppermint, you say frankincense to people that you might meet, and everyone's heard of these oils now. This is not such a new thing anymore, but 20 years ago it really was. And I got this book in front of me here. This is a book that Mary wrote about Gary and Gary's life story and the introduction to Young Living, the introduction to essential oils in the 21st century. And it's really interesting going through this. I've been a part of Young Living all my life, but reading this book again makes me realize how much of a pioneer that Young Living really was. And Gary is just, I mean, in the beginning, it was people were laughing. They were laughing at our family when we would talk about essential oils. They were laughing at Gary. It was comical, not taken seriously, and people just had no idea what essential oils were, nor did they have any desire to learn about them. And now look where we are now, 20, 25 years later. Everyone has essential oils. Everyone's heard of essential oils. Every other health company or even network marketing company is looking to incorporate essential oils into their product line. And that really goes to show how amazing Gary Young's done with Young Living. I mean, it's Young Living was a pioneer in the industry. They set the standards on the quality of essential oils, and now everyone else is entering the space trying to tie into what Young Living's done. So it's fascinating, it's interesting, and it's amazing to be within a company that has that started this revolution of this global health and giving people the tools to improve their lives of something so natural and so pure, and to work with a company that's all about the absolute best essential oil in the world. Nothing added, nothing taken away. Absolute purity, pure therapeutic grade, 100% essential oil. And that's why we teach about essential oils. That's why we tell people about a Young Living and about this vision to help people improve their lives. And so I urge you, if you get a chance, to pick up this book and read it if you want to know more about Young Living and the history of it. And it goes to show you the seed to seal and what makes Young Living different with that. All these other companies out there that are jumping on the bandwagon for essential oils are more or less brokers. It's someone in an office that calls a farm that needs so many liters of peppermint oil. And then they get that peppermint and they bottle it and they sell it to the market. They don't know how it's been grown, where the seed's been coming from, how it was cultivated, how the distillation process was made. They're just getting the oils and they're bottling them and selling them. And the funny thing is, there's only so much farmland in the world. There's only so much aromatic farmland in the world for essential oils. And there's only so much essential oils in the world. So what's happening when every other company that you look left and right has essential oils now that they're offering? So where are they getting these oils? That's what's the most interesting thing. Like, for example, in lavender, the Farmers Association got together and they realized they're exporting 10 times more lavender than they're growing in the country. I mean, just think about that for a second. They're exporting 10 times more lavender oil than they're growing in the country. So what does that show you? That the vast majority of essential oils on the market are adulterated, meaning that there are synthetics in them. Farmers are growing and distilling, and they're making this much essential oil. They're putting it with another chemical, carrier agent, something else, and they're making this much oil. And because of that, increases their profit margins. But it's not a pure oil, and that's why so many oils out there. The companies, they say don't take this internally, and yada yada yada. They're not pure oils, and that's what makes Young Living different. That's why Young Living set that standard. That's why we have seed to seal. You can go to any of our farms any time of the year. You can go to our harvest. You can take part in the harvest. You can take part of the planting. You can see the whole process. This is what makes Young Living extremely different, and it really, for me, it makes it wonderful when I can talk about Young Living, because I know I have such a strong product that I'm standing behind, a product that can change people's lives. And that's why I do what I do, and that's why I think so many of us still promote and share Young Living, because it's a wonderful story, it's a wonderful message, and we're just helping people improve their lives with the absolute best essential oils that you can possibly get your hands on. This is what makes Young Living different. So again, I urge you to take a look at this book. Talk to the person that invited you to this event. Ask them more about their experiences with essential oils, their experiences with Young Living. Maybe they've been to a farm, maybe they've been to a harvest. Maybe you might be interested in going to a farm or a harvest. It's a lot of fun. We go as a group. It's exciting. It's exciting because you get to see the whole process of the essential oils being grown or planted, grown, cultivated, distilled, and then they do the testing right there, either at the actual distillery and at the farm, and then they also send it off to a third party. But at the end of a harvest, you get to take home a bottle that you actually did all the work to make, and I think it's a wonderful experience, and it gives you a lot of understanding and a lot of respect for the oils, and it's fantastic. So again, Young Living's different because of seed to seal, and they're different because we're a farming essential oil company, and we've set the standards in terms of pure quality essential oil for the entire industry that is now looking at Young Living and now looking at the essential oil world, and they're trying to get into it, all because Gary Young started this planting of lavender up in Idaho, starting with a very small distillery, putting pressure cookers, welding those on a stove, and creating his first distillery. And when he first got essential oil from the lavender that he planted, that was the moment for Gary, and it's wonderful to hear that story. But that's why we are where we are today, because Gary knew, that we had to have farms so we could get the absolute best essential oil, and he knew that if we didn't have farms, that there'd be a time that we wouldn't be able to get certain oils because either farmers stopped producing, or so many people came into the market that they were requiring that oil, and therefore the farmers couldn't keep up with demand, or so on. But this is what makes Young Living different. So again, it's wonderful. And yeah, get back to the person that connected you to this event. Ask them more about Seed to Seal. Ask them more about Young Living and what makes it different. Okay, thank you so much. This is Dallas Harting.